What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig and I am here to give you your Bitcoin update. Also, before we do that, we're going to take a look at the Dow Jones and then the DXY. Towards the end of the video, we're going to take a look at our charts that are about 4 months old, 5 months, maybe even 6 months old of Ethereum, Litecoin, and XRP. Should be a great video. Definitely stick around for the whole thing. And I'm also going to explain after we go over the Dow and the DXY why I haven't made a video in the last couple days. I see it pretty much pointless. I'll show you why. Let's get into it. So this is the Dow Jones. As you guys know, my big target, looking for the 30,800 point range, somewhere in there. And I have been showing you, see the gap here when we topped out. It was pretty much like a, to get euphoria in the market, they put a big gap and then they drop it. Same thing right here. Put a big gap, bought in really high, got people bullish, came down. Same thing right here, popped up. So far, unless we break this high, I think we'll see the same thing. It continues to make lower lows, and the next low is down in this area, maybe in the next month or two, possibly less, possibly longer. Let's take a look at the DXY. So we're looking at this bull flag with a target of 101. It is playing out beautifully. We came out, broke out, right here, we broke out, came back down, tested it, and are on our way up. That doesn't mean we don't have corrections on the way up. It doesn't mean it's one straight line. But when the dollar is bullish, Bitcoin is bearish. We've talked about this many, many times. Now let's take a look at some videos. This one is from March 16th, which is almost 1 month ago, where I talked about longing from 45 to 48, where I put in my shorts. Now listen. We are in this triangle formation. The top of the triangle is around 45,000, right in that range. So if it does get up and break above this, that would probably be a good spot for a long, possibly up to this dotted line, making this a channel. That'd be around the 47 to 48,000. So around the 47 to 48,000. That's exactly what we did. Now, the reason it said 48 or 47 to 48,000, it all depends on how long it took to get up here, as we were, this is a rising channel. And I'd said we would invalidate the triangle if it was a channel. We got rejected here and come down. Now listen to the video from April 4th. And I actually made the week before. I didn't put the targets on here, but I talked about the same areas. So that was about a week ago. This one is almost a week ago. But anyway, I wanted this one on so you could see the target. Now listen closely. The next place I'm looking for this to continue down to is somewhere in this area. If we don't break up here, it's going to be around that 42.6. We'll probably get some sort of bounce there. If we around the 42.6, probably get some sort of bounce there. Now listen, it gets down there, come back down, retest this a couple times. Once we get back below this, then I think we're headed down to these. So once we break this center line, I believe is a good place to put in a short. Possibly look for a retest of it first if we do break there, and then coming down to this area. Now listen, I'll explain what I'm seeing today after we go over a couple more charts. We're going to look at this one that I made in this video, and we're going to kind of evaluate what's going on. So let's look at the weekly. We talked about this weekly hidden divergence right here, right? We had a lower high in the price action, a higher high in the RSI. That is hidden bearish divergence. Hidden divergence is a continuation of the trend. The trend is down. All right, let's move on. So this is the long-term chart. I've showed you guys it topped out in 2013 of November. 4 years later, December 2017 topped out. 4 years later, November 2021 topped out. Now, if you look at this indicator I got in here, it's supply and demand indicator. And I've showed you this Elliott wave count. I'm not going to go over that right now because I want to keep this video kind of short. But as you can see, the supply and demand structure, once we broke out, it got bullish again. Once we break below, though, it is bearish. Same thing happened here. We did have a capitulation down in this one. We had a capitulation down. We've tested the top again and broke through the bottom right here. That is not a bullish sign in the macro, in my opinion. As you guys know, I've been looking at the comparison to that from the Amazon to the Bitcoin chart, which I started talking about and actually made a video on December 2nd, way up here, warning people of this, and it does seem to be playing out beautifully. If you guys are interested in trading, before we go over the smaller time frames and the altcoins, definitely check out Prime XBT, by far the best exchange. And we are going to be doing a competition, trading competition for those of you that trade. Make sure you go down. There's a link down below, start an account. You can practice in the contest section without putting any money in. And if you do win one of the contests, even though you didn't put money in, you can win tradable money. It's a good way to get to learn the platform. You can use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees when you do put money into actually trade. You can trade altcoins, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, pre-market, aftermarket, all on this exchange. Awesome exchange, guys. Definitely check it out. I have a video on my YouTube channel too. If you go onto my main page, there is a Prime XBT tutorial along with some other older tutorials I made, but it's got a lot of good information. Definitely check those out. So this is my long term. We've been looking at this. This is why I remained bearish up here, because after this drop, we were looking for an ABC correction, which we got. It went higher than the old high, which got people bullish. I told everyone we'd be looking for an ABC correction. Everybody would start screaming 100,000 again, only to drop down, and that's exactly what happened. I do think we have further to go. My targets here on this one, well, let's go back to the weekly real quick. The 200 EMA is going to be around this mid to lower 20s range. I've been talking about that for a long time. If we get down to that level and get a massive bounce, that could be the start of the next bull trend. Possibly. That's the best case scenario. Although I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to go much lower, and I'll show you why. Right here. So if we take the measured moves off of these, and we'll go into the 4 hour, but this shows us if this $25,000 area breaks, we could go as low as this 6,500. Now let me look at, where is my, I don't have it on here, but we have had this target since we broke right here. If you guys have been watching the channel, you get it. If you paid attention, you get it. I'll say that because a lot of people just don't pay attention. But we measured the rising broadening wedge here of when we broke. I told you it was going to be bad news if it broke. It broke. It has been bad news. That gets us down to approximately the $24,000 to $25,000 range also. That's been my target since way up here before this broke, because I told you if it broke, that's what I was looking for. For those of you that pay attention, I appreciate it. Make sure you smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want some true market analysis, that's what we do here. Definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's go into the 4 hour. So just don't forget to smash the likes. It really helps. Take a second out. Stop what you're doing now. I'll wait. Hit that like button. Appreciate it. All right. So the 4 hour, this is a 4 hour. Look at this as an A, B, C, D, E bear flag that we talked about. Now the invalidate this bear flag, we need to break above the 48.8, 48.9 range. If that happens, then this is invalidated. Then we can be looking for new highs. I'm not new all-time highs. I don't think we're going to be seeing new all-time highs. But let's say this breaks up over here. Your bullish case, if this gets invalidated, is around 61,200 area, depending on where, if, when, and where that breaks, right? But what we do have is the bearish case we talked about, getting a bounce right around this area. Look at that, almost perfect. We are getting a little bounce now. Will it continue, or do we break this? If we break this center, my next target's in the mid $30,000 range, upper to mid 30s. If this breaks, that is going to be a pretty quick, it may take a week or so, but I think that gets us to our lower, and I don't mean a week or so from now. I mean a week or so if this breaks here, possibly even a month. Who knows? Time is the hardest thing to judge. But if that does break, our next target is that mid to lower 20 range. Remember, I said if we get a real healthy bounce there, which I'm sure we'll get a bounce either way, but if we get a real healthy bounce here and end up breaking back above this channel, then we could possibly be looking for that being the bottom, and we continue up from there. So remember that. I don't think that's going to be the case. I do have another target here. I'll show you, looking at this as a bear flag, and we take it from the break right here. We take it from that break down to the bottom, this being the flag pull. We put it over here. And that gets us to 68. That does not mean that we go straight down to 6,800 if that happens. My lowest, worst case scenario is around the mid 3,000 range, and that's in comparison to the Amazon chart. You can check my prior videos for that. But this would take, as you guys know, I think the bottom, if this all plays out the way I believe, and we are in the big bear market, the bottom is in the mid to end of 2023. So there's a lot of bouncing around till then. So just so you guys know, the macro and the micro charts are a lot different. I don't like to go lower than the 4 hour, but you can see the similarities here too. Each time this topped, I put them in there. Most likely we're headed back down to this range, guys. Ethereum. So Ethereum has played out beautifully. I showed you this hidden bearish divergence, lower highs than a price action, higher highs here. It's playing out. The area to watch for this to break the center of this channel is around 3,000. Break below that, we're going to around 25. If we break above this, if we break this high again over here around 35.80, we could be looking for around 46.38. That's the bullish case. Bearish case, we break this center, come down to around the 25 to 2,600 range. The next target's 19.9, which is this rising broadening wedge, or I'm sorry, rising wedge. Just a measured move up from when we broke here. Gets us to around the 1900 range. If that breaks, our next target is because of this rising channel. Put that down here around 1510. If we are in the long-term bear market, which I do believe is a very good possibility, we could see as low as around six or 700 bucks. Litecoin, as you guys know, I've talked about this same thing, hidden bearish divergence. Actually, this is hidden bearish divergence. Higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action. You guys know if we're in the bear market, I think we're going to see $20 range for Litecoin, possibly much, much lower. And that's just a measured move of this rising broadening wedge. Take the widest point of the wedge where it broke, bring it down, and it gets you that range. XRP, as you guys know, been talking about only if we break this trend line can we be bullish. We have not broken it. We are getting rejected at the EMAs here. We have the one target that I've had for months. All the Ethereum, Litecoin, and XRP charts are all very old. We made them back in here towards the end of last year. So far, so good. And if you look at this triangle here, if we take a measured move of that triangle, if it breaks the bottom, now, mind you, it could come back up and test this one more time after touching the bottom, getting up to that 90-cent range or whatever. If it breaks that 90-cent range, chances are you can get bullish. Otherwise, coming down the measured move from this triangle, a break of around 72 cents. I'm looking for the 19 to 28 cent range. That's the measured move of this triangle is 19 cents. So anyways, thanks a lot. I wanted to get this video out to you guys. I hope you appreciated it. If you did, leave a comment down below, smash that thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget, we're doing that trading competition on Prime XBT. I think we're going to be giving away an NFT to the winner. But actually, there's going to be 3 NFTs, and I think we're going with Sappy Seals. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget, there's a free Discord and a link down below, too. Check that out.